Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 tips for going into sixth form. And before I get started with any of this video is in collaboration with one of my really good friends here on YouTube, Shannon. We did a collab back in October. She was like one of the first people I ever collabed with. She's one of my closest friends on YouTube. She's lovely and honestly you guys will love her videos. She's got such a chill personality. She's really kind, got a really good work ethic, and everything about her I just love, like as a person, and then her videos as well are really good. Like she is making a similar advice video for sixth form. She's just finished year 12 like me and she is studying history, English and biology. I knew that off the top of my head, true fan. After you've watched this, if you want to know anything else about sixth form or Shannon's opinion about sixth form that you feel has not been covered in this video, definitely go and watch her video after mine. It'll all be linked down below. So obviously everyone has a very different opinion of sixth form, but I wanted to share my top 10 tips for getting the best out of sixth form, and this is based off what I've done and it's been good or what I regret not doing, or it's just general stuff that I think should be included. And I've tried to make this a bit more unique and less generic. I feel like a lot of things are generic and they tell you to work harder. Like we all know that that's boring and it stresses you out. So I have come up with 10 tips which hopefully are a bit more original. I don't know, you guys will be the judge of that. Tip number 1, in the first week of sixth form, that was such a good week. I absolutely loved it because everybody is so open to meeting new people, and I would say in the first week of sixth form that is the best atmosphere to go and talk to new people and be open to talking to new people. If I could go back, I would talk to way more people than I did because I'm a bit of a cliquey person. I like my group of firm friends, we're all very close and we do talk to other people that are outside the group, but it's always just been us, like we're that group. And I wish, as much as I love my friends dearly, that I'd spoken to more people because I don't actually know that many people in my school, as much as I could at least, and everyone's obviously very friendly, everyone wants to make friends, so honestly just take advantage of that opportunity and just speak to as many people as possible. I love that week so much. Like, my second tip is be open to trying new experiences and throwing yourself into stuff that's kind of out your comfort zone. I didn't really think about this at the beginning of sixth form, but my sixth form is separate, so it's like in the first week of school they were always talking about, oh, you could do this, and they were offering lots of opportunities like D&V. We could do mentoring, like head boy and head girl obviously later in the year. All sorts of stuff like sports teams. There was so much going on, and honestly I would say throw yourself into like as much as you can because you get so much out of it and it will take you out of your comfort zone, it will help you grow as a person. Personally all I did was D&V, but I feel like I should have probably taken more opportunities. Stuff like open evening as well, I was meant to do that but I was actually busy that night. I also went on a trip to Vienna, which was really good. So if your school offers you an opportunity, like take it, like throw yourself into as much as you can while you're there, and then you get the most out of your experience. Okay, and then number 3, bit generic, use your frees. They are so important. I don't think there's been a single free, maybe 1 or 2 that I've done nothing. Like they are such a good opportunity to get on top of homework. I have 4 frees in a week. Is it 4 frees? And they're all an hour and 45 minutes, and I do a lot of my homework during that time. If I did not have my frees, I would have to work at home all the time and it would be horrible. But because of my frees, I don't have to do as much work at home and I can do more revision at home or chill. So honestly, if you have your frees, please use them. I'm quite lucky in that I don't really have very many friends in my frees, so I just get down and do work. And then one of my friends who is in my free, she is the sort of person who is happy to knuckle down and work as well. So we just plug in Spotify in the computer room and get work done, and it's really good because I don't have to work at home, and in a school environment you're very motivated, I find, or at least I am. So definitely you make use of your frees, which is an obvious point but I couldn't not include it. Okay, and this is something that I wish that I'd heard at the beginning of the year. Lots of teachers go on and on and on about university, and honestly it stressed me out. So I feel like you need to be prepared for teachers to go on and on and on about university. As the year does go fast, like it does go fast, you do have to think about it, but at the same time don't let it stress you out at all. I let it stress me out way too much. I feel like if you're searching for what you want to do at uni, you're not going to find it in the same way as if you let it flow and let it happen and you're not forcing it. Like obviously do a bit of research, but don't force it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Don't let teachers talking about uni stress you out, and people who know what they want to do at uni stress you out either. I wish somebody had told me that at the beginning of the year, because even now I'm still not 100% sure on what I want to do, and that's totally fine. Like, who really is? I feel like this is another obvious point, but my 5th point is if you're used to getting straight 8s, 9s, A stars, whatever you got, don't just expect that to keep happening, because you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I feel like you've got to grind a lot more if you want to maintain that, and it is difficult to maintain, and that's okay if you're not going to get an A star on your first test, because realistically, who is? And I think you all know that A levels are harder than GCSEs, and we've got new A levels, new GCSEs, so it's all a lot harder. So yeah, you can't expect to continue getting A stars without grinding a little bit more and giving it some time. And this 6th tip is a bit random, but people didn't really talk about this either last year. So some of you guys will be sitting here, you're still not 100% sure on what you want to do for your A levels. So that was me last year, like I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do psychology or not. I just want to let you know that it's okay to change your mind. So many people in the first few weeks of sixth form would swap subjects, drop a subject, pick up a new subject, even drop out of school entirely, move to our school. So it's never too late to have made a firm decision if you're still not sure, and know that you can always change it when you're there. And if you're not sure, if you've got like too many subjects that you want to take and you can't pick, or you're not 100% sure on one of the ones you want to take and you maybe want to try something else, what I'd recommend doing, which is what I did, is taking 4 subjects if your school allows it, and then you can properly test them and see if you like them, and then drop one. So for me, originally I was taking history, geography and maths, and then I added psychology to my timetable in the next few, in the second day of school or something, and I immediately really liked it. And I really liked the class and everything, and geography soon became the lesson that I dreaded, so it was an obvious decision for me to drop geography. And obviously, like, I thought about it properly, I researched the use of both of them in the future, I looked at the spec to see if I would suddenly start to hate it, and I did hold off dropping it for a while just in case I suddenly found maths or history hard, but my gut was telling me drop geography, you want to do psychology. That was the right decision by a mile. So yeah, if you're not sure about your subjects, that's totally fine. People will like chop and change in the first few weeks of term, and that's normal. Our school was really chill about it. Obviously, I don't know what everyone's school's going to be like, but it's okay to not be sure even if school does start in a few weeks. Tip number 7, I feel like this is quite important. Stay on top of your revision resources throughout the year. Try not to slack in making them, as it makes your end of year exams so much easier because you've already got everything made, you just need to sit and learn it. And whenever you finish this topic, make sure you've got your revision materials ready to be tested on at the end of the year and made. And honestly, sometimes I really enjoy making them, sometimes I really don't, but once I get into it, it's quite fun because I really like making them pretty. Tip number 8, I feel like a lot of people talk about doing extra work at A levels, and that is definitely a big factor. I feel like you've really got to fuel your curiosity. If something you study in one of your subjects really interests you, like, go away and look at it more, like find out more. So you can kind of do that by maybe getting out a book, reading about it on the internet, even watching a documentary, even asking a teacher about it. Like, if something takes your interest, like, you should go and find out more about it if you have time, that is. If you're writing down every time you go and read further into something that's interested you, when you come to write your personal statement, you'll have a lot of stuff to write about. You can say, I went and did further reading on this topic because it really interested me, and that will show that you've got an enthusiasm for your subject. And also, if you're writing down everything you've gone and read more about, it can help you decide what subject you're truly most interested in. So if you're reading about one a lot more than another, maybe that is a better course for you to do. Do make sure you write them down during the year, otherwise you'll forget like what you've got out of it, what you found out, what you found interesting. But also, on the topic of personal statements, please don't let them stress you out. At the beginning of year 12, all the teachers were going on and on and on about it, and they were moaning about the year 13s constantly, and it was all over Twitter with people moaning about personal statements. And honestly, when you're in year 12 and you're just starting off in a new school, you're just starting off with new subjects, it's really overwhelming because you're like, oh my god, that's me next year, and it's really worrying. But don't let it worry you. I found it so much easier to write a draft than I thought, and I've only wrote one draft and it's not even like fully finished, like there's the odd bit or two that I need to like add, but I'm actually happy with it, and it's honestly not something to get worked up about or worry about. And if you sit down for a day properly with a whole list of stuff that you've read about during the year, or taste the lectures at uni you've been to or whatever, or TED Talks, it's really easy to sit down and put it into paragraphs. Well, it's not easy, that's not the right word, but you can get all your wider reading, put it into sections and work out how you want to write it, and it's really not as daunting as people make out, and your school will probably support you quite a lot in the writing of it. So yeah, don't let people moaning stress you out. Okay, and my last tip, my 10th and final tip, I hope I've not missed anything important, but my 10th tip is your time at sixth form is so short, so honestly just enjoy it. A lot of people say sixth form was the best time of their life, some people say uni, but honestly just enjoy it, like make the most out of it, make friends, find out what you're interested in, and it's kind of like the last time that you have no proper responsibilities before you go to uni. Yeah, just really just enjoy it. Like I have enjoyed this year so much more than any other year at school in my life really, if I'm honest. Even though it's been the hardest, it's definitely been the best out of all of them. Like the social aspects, the subjects, how much more chill it is, even the teachers, the school itself, like even the building, like everything has been so nice for me and I've really enjoyed it. So don't let the pressures of everything mean that you don't enjoy it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I hope that's kind of summed it up for you and given you some advice. If you have any questions about sixth form that you want me to answer, do comment them below. Also go and watch Shannon's video and see if she answers any of them, or ask her, I don't know. But definitely, like, it's definitely not something to worry about. Honestly, I would look forward to it. Like, I'm actually at the point, if I had done all my summer work, I would be looking forward to going back to school right now. It's actually very weird for me because I'm not the sort of person to like school. But yeah, I hope this has been helpful and I'll see you very soon for a brand new video. Bye!